Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. We thank you for being here. Tonight at 5, the federal government shutdown seems to have no end in sight. This after a vote around noon today still failed to pass.
750,000 federal employees are furloughed. The White House threatened mass layoffs of federal workers in a matter of days, while critical child nutrition programs, support for veterans, and CDC health-related communications could be suspended. Blame's being cast on all sides. Democrats held firm to their demands to salvage health care subsidies that President Trump and Republicans dismissed as something to discuss later.
And they have taken the American people hostage in a way that they think benefits them politically.
They prioritize taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal aliens over keeping the government open for American citizens.
Many offices will be shuttered, perhaps permanently, as the president promises to zero in on programs Democrats like.
But the Republicans also control the House and the Senate. So a shutdown is not because of Democrats, because we're in the minority here. You know, they wanted to do it my way or the highway. And I think they're realizing the hard way that when you play partisan politics like this, you lose.
The House passed a measure to keep the government open at current spending levels until November 21st, but the legislation failed to make it out of the Senate.
The Winnebago County coroner identifies a victim of a murder on Rockford's south side. They say the body found in a car was 34-year-old Caitlin Accord, dead from a gunshot wound. Police responded Tuesday to the scene near the intersection of Kiswaukee and Pope Streets. Police have not identified any suspects in the case, but if you have any information, contact Rockford Police or State Line Crime Stoppers. Also tonight, we now know the relationship between the victims of a murder and the man arrested for the crime. The DeKalb County Sheriff's Office has identified Kevin Smith, 35-year-old, is in custody for the deaths of his parents. Deputies found the bodies of 60-year-old Gary Smith and 59-year-old Holly Smith inside their home. Kevin is now charged in their deaths. Yesterday morning, police responded to a welfare check at the home on Oakland Drive. Police say the couple was killed by apparent blunt force trauma. Kevin Smith was arrested in Rockford after license plate readers identified the car he was driving that was missing from the house. He's charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder.
A Freeport man is arrested after police say he had child porn in his home. 40-year-old Stephen Wilhite is charged with 10 counts of possession of child pornography. Freeport police searched his home on South Cherry Avenue yesterday morning. Authorities say they recovered illegal images during the search. Wilhite is in the Stevenson County Jail pending a pretrial release hearing. Eyewitness News is committed to supporting survivors of abuse. There are several resources available in our community. Just go to our website, mystateline.com, and find the State Line Strong tab.
Repairs are underway at Hononegah High School after a ceiling collapsed today in a classroom. Crews were called to the school just before 1 this afternoon. The school principal says a portion of the ceiling came down during class. Everyone, though, inside was evacuated. No injuries were reported. Classes are continuing in portions of the building unaffected, or they did continue at the time. School is out right now. Students and staff will be allowed to return to the area once safety inspections are completed.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony is held for a new renewable energy facility in Dixon. The new methane processing plant at the Lee County landfill was unveiled today. It was built by Amoresco for Republic Services, which owns the landfill. The facility captures naturally occurring methane gas from the landfill and converts it into renewable fuel for vehicles.
So we're taking this gas that's produced from the landfill and providing it to this facility to be converted back into gas that goes into the pipeline. So it kind of helps that circularity of the gas that's being produced over there and funneled over to this facility. So for us, it helps the community, helps the earth.
The facility is expected to reduce emissions by more than 61,000 metric tons a year. Coming up, a new initiative aimed at reducing the risk of fraud.
The Notary Fraud Alert Program you can now sign up for.
Despite a little more of that filtered sunshine this afternoon, temperatures today were still able to warm into the low 80s, well above that average high of 69. Now, as we welcome the month of October, find out how many more 80-degree days we could see heading into the weekend, coming up in the forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, with sports director Scott Lever and chief meteorologist Candace King.
The Winnebago County Clerk and Recorder's Office is introducing a new program to protect against document fraud.
The county is one of the first in the state to offer the Notary Fraud Alert Service. Notary fraud is when someone forges a signature, steals a notary seal, or records a document without a notary present. The alert system notifies subscribers whenever their credentials are used without their consent.
Use some of the lessons we've learned from other communities and other people. If your identity is stolen, it's a lot of work to get that back. If your deed and your property is stolen, it can cost you thousands of dollars to try to rectify that in the courts. So rather than, trying to work to correct it on the back end, we're trying to be proactive and, stop it before it even starts.
You can sign up for the free alert system now. All you have to do is register with your name and commission number.
Rockford launches a citywide diaper drive in partnership with Goodwill and Rock Valley College. You are encouraged to donate diapers to the Baby Bank, a local nonprofit that's donated nearly 1 million diapers to families over the past 7 years. Donations can be dropped off at locations across the city, including City Hall, any Rockford Police District station, the Rockford Fire Headquarters, and Rock Valley College. The drive runs through October 15th. Temperatures remain hot. I'm smiling in the state line.
Candace lets us know how long these dry conditions could last. Coming up in her full forecast next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, despite a little more of that cloud cover this afternoon, our temperatures were still able to climb into the low 80s. We made it up to 81 degrees, and we hold on to that cloud cover here late this afternoon and evening as we look north, south, east, west on our SkyTrack cameras here this evening. That cloud cover will stick around through tonight, kind of slowing our drop in temperatures just a bit, but it will thin out as we head throughout the day tomorrow. Current readings at 77 in Rockford, 79 in Freeport, 75 in Janesville, still hanging on to the 80s a little bit further down to our south and southwest. That cloud cover streaming in thanks to some moisture moving in all the way from the Gulf of Mexico. Unfortunately, it is not bringing us any rainfall. You see a couple of very light radar returns out to the west, but again, given some of that drier air, much of that hard pressed to even reach the surface. So we'll hang on to a partly cloudy sky through the night tonight. It's been a little breezy from time to time. Temperatures underneath that partly cloudy sky will drop down into the mid and perhaps even some upper 50s, depending on how fast some of that cloud cover clears out. We may also see some areas of fog. Now, you will see a bit of cloud cover tomorrow morning, but by the afternoon, we've got sunshine again. And with the turn of the wind to the south and southeast, that'll bring our temperatures back into the mid 80s. And we could be coming close to some record warmth there by Friday and Saturday with the upper 80s returning. Notice with Futurecast these last couple of days has been dealing very well with some of that cloud cover here. So we hang on to that through tomorrow morning, but the back edge of those clouds moving out just as the sun comes up. We will see a partly cloudy sky. There's just a little tug of moisture that hangs out in the mid-level of the atmosphere for Thursday and Friday, so that'll keep some cloud cover around, but we hang on to that dry air. Now, heading into Friday afternoon, again, you'll likely see some cumulus clouds build up. Futurecast shows a little green on there, and while there is just a touch of instability, we are really dry down below. So even if we were to see some green show up on radar, there wouldn't be much of that, if anything, actually reaching the ground given those drier conditions. Our winds will start to pick up there as we head into Friday, Saturday, and especially into Sunday. Sunday winds could gust from the southwest as high as 25 to 30 miles per hour. So that does elevate our fire risk going into the weekend. And of course, we have to be mindful with harvest in full swing. You could have some field fires with that too. Could see a few very light showers there once we head into next week.
Thank you, Candace.
Scott's next with sports.
The Cubs ran into some outstanding pitching today from the Padres. Scott has the highlights straight ahead.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
You didn't really think it was going to be easy for the Cubs to get past the Padres, did you? Not with that bullpen that the Padres have. The W did not fly today at Wrigley. The Padres got the Cubs starter Andrew Kittredge in the top of the first, and sacrifice fly by Jackson Merrill. In the fifth inning, Shota Imanaga was facing Manny Machado. Machado got a hold of one, and that left the yard, and there was a man on base, so the Cubs trailed 3-0. You cannot fall behind this Padres team in its bullpen. Mason Miller came on and fired gas at the Cubs, striking out 5 consecutive batters in the 7th and 8th innings. Robert Suarez finished up from there, and the Padres defeated the Cubs 3-0. So that sets up a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow afternoon at Wrigley Field. It's another 2 o'clock start, and we will again have that game on WTVO. The winner advances to face the Brewers in the next round, which will start Saturday in Milwaukee. In Cleveland, the Guardians evened up their series with the Tigers in a game apiece. The Guardians had only 6 hits, but 3 were home runs, so they will play a decisive Game 3 tomorrow. The Ice Hogs get the first preseason game action tomorrow. They will host the Chicago Wolves at the BMO. It's a chance for this young core of players to start to gel for the season. Forward Paul Ludwinski is part of that young core of talent that the Blackhawks have stockpiled with so many high draft picks the last few years.
It's an exciting time for sure. I mean, they kind of want to bring us up together so that we have the chemistry and the friendship, the camaraderie for, future teams of the Blackhawks. So it's an exciting time.
And that preseason game tomorrow is a kids' school day game, so it's an early start time at 10:30 in the morning. That's sports. We'll be right back.
We've had a nice stretch of weather, but we could really use some rain.
Yeah, we could. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to see much, at least in the short term. I mean, we could see a couple of showers there Monday, Tuesday with the arrival of a cold front, but even that doesn't look like it is going to be much. So I would not be surprised with the latest drought monitor that gets released tomorrow that we're going to see those moderate drought conditions expand across the area, because it is really dry. And the concern getting into the weekend is that we could see an increase in the fire risk, especially with those gustier winds, dry conditions, and lower relative humidity values, especially when we're talking temperatures in the upper 80s on Friday and Saturday.
Thank you, Candace.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you again at 6.